Yeah, I'm back here, back at Haywards. Yeah, marvellous. This time, yeah, I'm on splendiferous green. Yeah, marvellous. Look at it, 2 round clocks, Mickey Mouse mirrors, everything standard. Marvellous. Oh, listen to that. Marvellous. Right, let's give it a little go and see how it goes. Oh, I love the position on it. It's sporty without being crippling. Oh, listen to that sound. It's not unreminiscent of the Moto Guzzi. It's not. It's got a nice little burble to it, which is marvellous. So, you know the routine by now. Just look at that. So straightforward. We're barely touching the throttle. And we're offering a 30. This is all we can do. So, why am I riding splendiferous green? I hear you asking. You've ridden it twice. You can't just keep going back and riding the same bike. But I don't have these bikes for very long. You know, I have them for a little while, do a quick blast, take them back, and that's it. So if I'm planning on anything, I've got to make notes and think, what does it make me feel like? Yeah. There we're into 40, and it's just cruising, isn't it? I would really like one of these to go on a little tour up to Yorkshire. Yeah, I'd put some bags on it and I'd be off. Yeah, I'd go and have a conversation with my brother face to face as opposed to through YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'd do. But this is just marvellous. So it's 650. Yeah, it's got vibray brakes, which are absolutely ample for it. Fine. Leg position, feet slightly further back. And not too up. No, not too cramped. Mickey Mouse mirrors that allow you to see all that you need to see. Stuff you've just overtaken. Yeah. Handling absolutely splendiferous. Speed, you know, we're doing the national speed limit without even thinking about it, and we're at 3,500 revs. You know, what can I say? It's ample power. If we went any faster, we'd be breaking the law. So it is a close run thing with the Moto Guzzi V7. Yeah, it is. This is what, a couple of £1,000, £1,500 to £2,000 less than the Moto Guzzi. But also what I wanted to compare it to is the Thruxton. Yeah, try them. They don't make the Street Cup anymore, so we've got to go to the Thruxton. Now, the Thruxton's obviously got a much bigger engine, but you're still stuck at 60 miles an hour down these back roads. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to keep your licence anyway. It's just splendiferous. Just turns in. And this position just encourages you to go on a bit. Yeah, it really does. Conjures up masses of feelings. One thing that I have noticed with the GoPro is it levels the horizon and it straightens the roads, and so, you know, I could say to you all sorts of things about the handling and that, and you go, well, you're going around at 2 miles an hour. Well, yeah, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but I've tried videos at faster. It doesn't make no difference, the GoPro. And yes, I can change the settings, but then it wouldn't be any good for anything else. Yeah, but anyway, back to the bike. So we're gonna do the Cambridge Road and we're gonna do Madinley. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat myself through Madinley. No, I want you to guess it. Yeah, that's what I want. I want you to, before we get to it, you've got to say if there's a post box coming up, telephone box coming up, you know, you've got to get it out there. See how observant you are during the video, not just watching to see whether I've got gloves on or not, or whether I'm breaking the law on the speedo. Yeah, that'd be good, won't it? Little game for you. I do enjoy just listening to that engine. It's marvellous. It's got just the right amount of power for the real world. Yeah, it's comfy enough as well. You know, it's a sporting bike, but it is comfortable enough. So here we go, onto the Cambridge Road test. Bumpy, raggedy old road this is. But it's a pleasure to ride on one of these Royal Enfields, because I think they're made with these sort of roads in mind. Yeah. That dead pigeon there, marvellous. So what we'll do is we'll get through Madinley and we'll stop on the way back and have a look at Splendiferous Green and compare it to the Black Knight. Yeah, what do you think about that? Comparison to the Black Knight, the Moto Guzzi. You know, a lot of people buy the Interceptor because it's more upright and it's more comfortable for them, but I don't find this uncomfortable at all, and it makes me feel about 10 years younger. Yeah, marvellous. God, it's bumpy on that corner. And here we are, Madinley already. So there we go, competition time. Get naming. Yeah, points of interest in Madinley. Yeah, here's a clue. What's the pub called? Yeah, can you remember what the pub's called? Yeah, double points if you remember what the pub's called. Okay, University of Cambridge. What college? Yeah, go on, that's a difficult one for you, isn't it? What college? Marvellous. I mean, this is such fun to ride, even in traffic. Even in traffic, I'm having a ball playing with the throttle and the gears. We've got tractor up ahead as well. Brakes spot on. Ah, look at that fancy bike. Oh, with someone in it. Marvellous. There's a small person in there. Yeah, marvellous. We'll see that on the way back if this tractor gets his ass into gear. So, well, I guess we've also got to mention as well, haven't we, the PSA. Yeah, because people, you know, they all thought it'd come out and knock the Interceptor, because that's the target audience, isn't it? Let's be honest. But you know, it's more expensive for one. Two, we don't know what the dealers are going to be like, because we don't know who the dealers are completely. We've got some dealers, yeah, but we don't. There's not many of them. We don't know what the service is going to be like, do we? No, we don't know what the bike's going to be like. But here we come. See if you can spot the small person in the front of this bicycle. Maybe she's gone. I don't know. Ah, she must have got to her destination. Yeah, no, she's there. Look, small person in the front of that push bike. Marvellous. But anyway, graveyard, church. Did you get that on the way out? But you didn't. No. Marvellous. Bumpy old road, isn't it? Yeah. Did you remember the bumpy road? Yeah, and then we're on to the Cambridgeshire Road again, where we're going to stop and ask the cone what he thinks. Marvellous. So just round this corner, yeah, and we're at the cone. So, there we go. Let's have a look. Splendiferous green. He excites me. He really does. I mean, just look at it. It's just glorious, isn't it? Absolutely splendiferous. And I'm not a green person, as I've already told you. Ground headlamp, skaters, single disc at the front, wire wheels, single disc at the back, of course, Byberry brakes, square brake reservoir made out of metal. Yeah, amazing. You're watching Triumph. Yeah. Side stand. You know what it hasn't got? What do you think? What hasn't it got, Cone? Yeah, absolutely. It's got no centre stand. I don't even know if you can get one to put one on it. That is a disappointment, I've got to say. But the only thing in its favour is it doesn't have one on the Moto Guzzi, and there's not one on the Thruxton. So she's got no worries. Why are they going to bother putting one on here when nobody else bothers? No one's going. You know, you can complain about it, but it's the same argument for everyone. Those Seat tyres, absolutely splendiferous as well, as standard. Seat, comfy. indicators, chrome, shiny, lovely. Love them. Yeah, they do the job. Let people know where you're going or not, depending on whether you forget to switch them off. Exhaust's a bit big and a bit quiet. It sounds lovely, but you could easily put a pipe on there. The dual pipe, not that expensive. Nothing for it is that expensive, unlike the Moto Guzzi and the Triumph, where everything's expensive. But there you go. So let's get back on the road, do the senses test and a comparison with the Moto Guzzi and maybe the Thruxton. Oh, listen to that. Marvellous. And we're off. And you know what I'm going to say first? I'm not going to taste it. The smell is marvellous. Of course. New bike, no smell of oil, no smell of anything else. Sound. Well, I've just said it sounds marvellous. So in fact it sounds bloody marvellous. With a pipe on, it'll sound splendiferous. And in the case of this, I can go beyond that. The Moto Guzzi, I never tasted it. The smell, the same, you know that. The sound is splendiferous, yeah, but quiet, like this. They don't sound totally dissimilar. They ride very similar, to be honest, as well. The brakes might be slightly better on the Moto Guzzi, but it's slightly bigger, more weighty motorbike, yeah. So, yeah, they needed to. This gives you what you need. So, to look at are both splendiferous motorbikes in my opinion. I know everyone doesn't agree with that. This looks very classical and the Moto Guzzi looks very Moto Guzzi. Yeah, splendiferous, both splendiferous. It's looking like a tight one, isn't it? It's looking like a tight one for sure. Quality, yeah. Again, they're pretty even Stevens. There is a price difference, but that can be accounted for in the shaft drive, I think. So you know, although one is more expensive, I'd put them on a par with each other on price, and therefore I'm expecting big things of the Continental, and it delivers them. It delivers those big things in buckets. Yeah, it does. The Moto Guzzi delivers everything. So to look at Squadra, yeah, to touch and feel the quality, yeah, very good, very high standard, both of them. To touch, to feel, to rub my hands. Don't know if you remember on the Moto Guzzi, I couldn't stop rubbing the tank, and this tank, although it's totally different, it's not completely different. I know, it sounds mad, doesn't it? But what can I say? Yeah, they go the same. They are very similar motorbikes, I think. I really do. So it is going to be a tight one. I guess we're on to how does it make me feel. Well, you know how splendiferous green makes me feel, and you know the Moto Guzzi makes me feel. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? I can't tell you. I can't tell you. They're both splendiferous and beyond. This is moving this green is possibly moving to fantabulous, and because of that, in the dying seconds, I think it's got it. I think the what's this? Oh, pheasant. The Continental has it in the dying minutes of the game, and that's largely due to the magic woven in, the Royal Enfield magic. You're going far too fast, splendiferous green. Slow down. Brakes, marvellous. Yeah, absolutely splendiferous. So, now we're at that point where I've got to give it back. Oh, listen to that sound. Oh, this is marvellous. What a beautiful motorcycle. What an absolutely beautiful motorcycle. What I need to do, I need to ask Royal Enfield what their spell is and what they weave into these. It's probably a trade secret, but I don't know. It is magic, that's for sure, and they do something to me. Maybe I was a Royal Enfield in a former life. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. It fills me full of contentment and joy. Of course, I need to ride Paddington again, and put a pipe on Paddington and you're away, that's for sure. Yeah. The next step, of course, as well, is to up, you know, Mrs. Ollier Motorcyclist. That's what we've got to see. What are they like to up? So I need to get Mrs. Ollier Motorcyclist out here. Yeah, that's what I'll do, because that's the next step, isn't it? We've got to do all of them. Yeah, that's the only way. They've all got to have Mrs. Ollier Motorcyclist on the back, because she's an important part of my life, and I like it when she comes out on the motorbikes with me, and she's going to feel comfortable on the back. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, there you go, little insight into videos that are coming up. Marvellous. Splendiferous green. What's splendiferous green doing here? Marvellous. There we go, gearbox, sweet as a nut, isn't it? Just in and out of gear, no problem at all. I mean, what can I say? Splendiferous screen. You are splendiferous. Then of course, the original splendiferous screen, single seat, marvellous. Which lucky chap owns that? Absolutely splendiferous. You're splendiferous too. In fact, you all are. Oh God, I feel like someone at a puppy farm and all the puppies are getting around me. Marvellous.